Alright, what's up guys? My name is Zach and today I'm driving a 2002 Porsche 911 Carrera. Behind me is a 3.6 liter flat six and down below is a 6-speed manual transmission. Now I am super excited to be driving this here 911 for a major personal reason that I'll get to at the end of the video. Warning, it might get a little sappy. But the other reason also is that I recently reviewed a 911. It was a 2001 and I said the wrong engine displacement. So I view this as sort of my redemption. But before we get on to anything else, I have a website, zackpradel.com, where you can buy stickers like this retro sticker pack I have available. You could also submit your own vehicle to be reviewed by me through a quick and easy submission form. And you could read my behind the scenes blog to see what I'm filming before it comes out on the channel. But let's get back to that 3.6 liter flat six out at the back. Well, it makes fantastic noises. I love the flat sixes that Porsche was doing in this era. Yes, they do have bearing issues. The IMS bearing tends to go bad, but this one has had that service done, which is huge. Second gear. God, it's so good. It's so good. Oh, like I said, paired to it is that manual transmission. This particular one has a short throw, and I am a big fan. It's very notchy, very clicky, and I think it feels really good. Last but not least, of course, the 911 is rear-wheel drive. So let's talk about the interior. Well, in front of me, I have 5 main gauges. On the left is my battery voltage. Then I have my speedometer. In the center, I get my tachometer. You guys know I absolutely love center-mounted tachometers. And then on the right, I have my coolant temperature, fuel, and oil pressure. The oil pressure gauge, as I'm learning, actually pretty frequently goes out on these. So don't be alarmed if you see 0 oil pressure in the video. The steering wheel is plain and simple. It does have an airbag, but it has the nice Porsche logo on it. I love that. And off to the left, this is where you'll find the turn key for the ignition. Porsche famously does this. They put the ignition off to the left because of their Le Mans cars back in the day. The theory was you could turn the key with your left hand and buckle your seatbelt with your right hand, saving you some time on the racetrack. I also have a vent, and on the door I have my power mirror options and latch to get in and out. Moving into the center, I do have my hazard switch, my climate controls, a tiny little cup holder, which it will not fit the big friggin' bottle. So, of course, the 911 fails the big friggin' bottle test. But then I do have a radio, and I have some storage down below there. The shifter is aftermarket, however, I absolutely love the look and feel of it. Like I said, it is a short throw shifter as well, so that's an added bonus. Then I get the window switches down in the center and some cubbies, the handbrake. That's pretty much it. The seats are nice and comfortable. I am a very big fan of the seats. They certainly feel good, and what can I say? Now, it is pouring rain. I won't be doing a back seat review because of that. However, I've done back seat reviews in 911s before, and they're not pleasurable. So they're not good. Just take my word for it. Now we got to talk about the looks of the 911. And that is going to tie into my final thoughts. That's why I wanted to review this car. It is midnight blue with the dark tan interior, a pretty rare option. And to me, this is the best color combo on any car ever made. I think it looks fantastic, it's classic, it's timeless, and I really think that 996 interiors look best when they're colored. The black ones are just kind of boring, but this, and they also had like a green, big wins. But now, let's talk about my final thoughts. Well, if you're looking for a Porsche 911, the 996s are fantastic cars. They're my favorite generation. Driving them, you get great flat six sounds. The driving feels perfect. This, of course, has steel braided brake lines and the short throw and a bunch of goodies, making this car extremely well handling, fun to drive, fantastic. I think the 996 gets a lot of crap because of its looks. It's the first water-cooled 911. Whatever, I don't care. I love this thing. But there's a bigger reason as to why I love this car. As I mentioned, with the color combination, it being rare, I have a personal story with it. Back in 2004, I was about 6 years old. We had a family friend who came over in his brand new 996 911 in midnight blue with a dark tan interior. And he gave my brother and I a ride in the car. I sat in the back seat, and my brother, who was 9 years old, sat in the front. And he took us around the neighborhood. Nothing crazy, but that was the coolest car I had ever been in. My parents drove a pickup truck and a Chrysler Pacifica. This was the first cool car I experienced. But just 6 months later, on New Year's Day, our family friend that owned that 911 was struck by a drunk driver and killed. He was in the back of a taxi cab. And that was the first death I ever experienced in my life. I don't remember the funeral of my great-grandparents. And so to me, I had never experienced loss like that. I had never seen my parents grieve, which as a human might be one of the hardest things to live through. And so this car, this color combo of 911, this generation of 911 is burned into my mind and is synonymous with me figuring out about the real world. People die. Things happen. Your life can change in an instant. And so now to be driving a 996 that was the same as Brian's gives me closure. I never got to say goodbye. And yet somehow through cars, which some would consider my love language, I get to say goodbye. I get to have that closure. I feel close to someone who passed away 18 years ago. This will always be one of the coolest cars in the world, and I'm so thankful to have been able to drive one. Huge thank you to Ken from Low Boost Films for letting me film it. Absolutely awesome. This was kind of a last minute video and we put it together. I'm so thrilled at this opportunity. It means the world to me. It means the world to my brother. Please go check out his YouTube channel, Low Boost Films. He has some awesome content. He has an LS swapped E36, which is just fantastic. But I hope you guys enjoyed the video. And if I can tell you anything, please, if you're considering driving after a couple of drinks, please don't. There's Uber, there's Lyft, call a friend, whatever you have to do. What's most important is that you're here tomorrow. And if you don't do that for yourself, at least do that for others. Take care, guys.